If you gain weight in Taurus season, cause you was eating for no reason. If you gain weight in Taurus season, clap your hands. By and having a spot of tea with me, your favorite astrologer, 7D. Let's get into some astrology, shall we? Oh, subscribe. I'm gonna get the rhythm, guys. I'm gonna get the rhythm. Subscribers mean everything. This is my job. I am an astrologer full time. Yeah. So subscribers mean something on this channel. Okay. So Taurus is a Venus-ruled, fixed, earth, feminine sign. Let's break that down. Venus is the evening morning star. Yes, you heard me right. Morning star. If you know Christianity, then you understand what the morning star is. And I just don't understand why they have to demonize women's sexuality. We get one planet named after a goddess, and they somehow loop it into Lucifer. Please help me and tell me why. Why flower? Flower don't know. Venus asks questions like, how do you interact with love? How do you give and receive affection? What's your style like? What are your tastes and preferences when it comes to art, beauty, people, things, entertainment? How important are relationships in your life? Friendships included. How important is harmony? What do you spend money on? What do you value? And if Taurus had to answer those questions, it would probably sound like this. What's my interactions with love and affection? I think one of the greatest rappers alive said it best. I like to touch it, bring it, watch it, turn it, leave it, and then I would like to format it. Yeah. What's my style like? I would say low-key luxury. Is that a category? Is that a style? Taste? Taste what? You got food you eating? Oh, you meant preferences. Oh, okay. My taste, especially in entertainment, is impeccable. I mean, it's impeccable. It's of the highest quality. But yeah, back to that food. You eating? Did you eat something? How important are relationships? Friendships? Friends are family. Period. You make it into the circle, we family. For life. Forever. What is it that I value? I guess I'm supposed to be mature and say security. But honestly, if I'm being honest, the thing I value and put money in the most would be Janet. That I'm portraying Tauruses to be some type of hedonistic creature of comfort. And I mean, out of balance Tauruses definitely are. I mean, they could be lazy and stubborn and just indulgent in the worst kind of ways. But a balanced Taurus, man, they are stable, reliable, determined, loyal. I mean, they're pretty much the best manifestors that we have here on Earth. They just know how to manifest things into the physical realm. They just get it. How though? How y'all do it? They're not like their neighbors, the Aries, where they jump from idea to idea to idea. No, not at all. They stick with it. They have the patience to not only take the idea, but make it into something that is completely different than what it started out with and lucrative. I'm not jealous. And that brings us to the fixed part of the Taurus zodiac sign. The fixed part of this energy can make them really inflexible. They are not flexible at all, but it's like that for a reason. Fixed signs are about the environment bending to their will, and that can make them very rigid. However, it also makes the environment produce what they want to produce. So if we're talking about the fixed sign in Leo, we're talking about fixed action. We're talking about the fixed sign in Scorpio, we're talking about controlled or fixed emotions. If we're talking about the fixed energy in Aquarius, we're talking about fixed opinions and thoughts. Yeah, Aquariuses really think they're open-minded, but they're not. The reason is they're builders. They're going to sit here with an idea and have the patience in order to see it all the way through. They are loyal to their plans and they are loyal to their ideas. They will put that seed in the ground and patiently wait for it to become a tree. A tree. So it's no surprise that there are a lot of Tauruses in the entertainment biz. I say it like I'm a part of it. I'm going Hollywood, I can feel it. It's no surprise that Tauruses have long careers. One of my favorite people to bring up when I'm trying to explain Taurus energy is Kenan Thompson. Kenan Thompson has been making us laugh since 1990, I don't know, 6, 4. It's been a while, okay? It's been a while. He's been on SNL since 2003, and I'm pretty sure he's going to outlast Lorne Michaels, the creator of SNL. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Not only does he have longevity when it comes to his career as a comedian, but he just stays low-key and minds his business like a Taurus does. Like a Taurus boss does. He's not flashy, he's not over the top. He just does his thing and goes home and enjoys the simple pleasures of life. Kenan Thompson, I mean, seriously, embodies Taurus energy. Career, looks, minding his business and all, okay? Another person with a very long career, Janet, Miss Jackson if you're nasty, Jackson. Is that how you say that? Should I say Jackson twice? Miss Janet Demita Jo Jackson has been doing this since 1982. She dropped an album in the year 2020 at the strong age of 54. The only pop locking and dropping that I'm doing currently in my 30s is just getting up off the couch. Because my knees, Juvenile took my knees, and it's all his fault, okay? He took my knees around the 99 and the 2000s, okay? And I haven't had them since. All they do is pop, lock, and drop every time I get up a stair or sit up or whatever. And she's dropping albums at 54. Yeah, Janet Jackson has like the longest career I have ever seen in my life. Until we start talking about Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder dropped an album at a strong 65. At 65, I will be happy to be dropping deuces consistently. I'm just gonna be real. Like 65 years old, you dropping albums? And if somebody who of today were able to get a feature with Stevie Wonder, the excitement they would have would be through the roof. He's still that dude. He's still that dude. Like, who has careers like this? Tauruses. Taurus. That fixed energy is so strong in a Taurus because they're an earth sign. Earth signs are the practical planners of the zodiac. They are here to improve the physical world. And with Taurus being a fixed sign, where it's already stable and immovable, you add the earth element on top of that and they become the most earth signs of all the earths. Seriously, they are like a mountain. Their animal is a bull for a reason. Earth signs are security driven, premeditative, cautious, patient, down to earth, reliable, dependable people. And Taurus has all of that in there. The thing they have the most is persistence. Persistent as hell. Listen, Tauruses do not want us to be calling them stubborn anymore. So I have been trying to switch to persistent, okay? But they're persistent as heck. And they just don't ever stop. They are slow to get started, but once they get started, they are unstoppable. A good example of that is Lizzo. Lizzo started her career doing her thing, not matching the image of what a pop star is supposed to be, not sounding like what a rapper is supposed to sound like. And I mean, she is really just a pleasure and fun to watch. She's beyond talented. Like, who twerks and plays a flute? Like, who does that? Lizzo. And she began her career in the shadows, it almost seemed like. It felt like no one was paying her any attention. Her biggest hit, Truth Hurts, she released it back in, I want to say, 2017. And it didn't start to get any traction until about 2019. And that's because every overconfident TikTok account started playing it, along with a couple of movies. And then it got back out there. So she had to wait 2 long years after making and releasing this song for it to blow up. She ended up winning multiple awards for it, but she had to wait for it. And she was determined. Nothing stopped her. Her hustle did not stop just because her song bombed. And because she didn't stop and she didn't give up, she ended up reaping some really big rewards for that. And honestly, that whole situation is so Taurus-like. So Taurus. I mean, so Taurus. Another immovable, unstoppable person, The Rock. The Rock went from being a hurricane on the football field to like asking us to smell what he was cooking in the wrestling ring, to now he's producing multiple mediocre movies that we cannot stop watching. Like, we all love him. We can't help it because he's unstoppable, he's charming, and he's fine as fuck. He's a little too big for me, okay? And I'm saying that as if I had a shot. But even if I had a shot, I'm married, you know? No matter what he seems to touch or do, whether it be a TV show full of gladiators or a movie about a board game that Robin Williams did better, rest in peace, it's just unstoppable. Another unstoppable Taurus, Busta Rhymes. He started with the leaders of the new school, which is kind of ironic because that's old school now. And then he moved on to like, woo-ha! Got you all in check. God, that was my song. Am I the only one that remembers how awesome that song was? Oh, and then he moved us to breaking our necks and putting our hands where his eyes could see, and he's still going. And then he is trending #1 on TikTok right now. Right now. Trending #1. Or maybe not right now. I don't know when you're watching this. But he was trending #1. Okay? Google it if this is like a year later after I've like done this video and you're watching it. You should have been watching it earlier. No regrets. It's real interesting that 2 Tauruses came together, Janet and Busta, and made a sex song. It's because Tauruses are nasty. Filthy. If you watch my Aries video, you already know that feminine and masculine energy has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with the flow of energy. Is the energy coming in or is it going out? Just like if you were to give a woman a seed, she gives you a baby. When it comes to energy coming into a person, they take that energy in and then they give you back something that is completely different. A really awesome product that you probably didn't even know could even be produced from the materials that you gave it. This is why a lot of astrologers refer to Tauruses as like the gardeners of the zodiac. It's because when you combine their patience and their large capacity for just bringing things into the physical, the very fertile nature that they have, you put those two together and you have like a huge manifester. You have a person who manifests things almost just by sneezing. Again, not jealous. A good example of this would be Candy Burris. She could have been very happy being a 90s star with the group Escape and just keep it pushing. But instead, she began to start writing songs. She took that writing ability and started writing songs for TLC. And that No Scrub song that she hit on, she took that money and started to invest it into businesses. So now she's selling us drama and chicken. Yeah. She has a whole empire. Anybody who watches The Real Housewives of Atlanta or even knows anything about her as a businesswoman knows that she does not play when it comes to the bag. She multiplies it like it's, I don't know, magic. Yeah. She's a boss. Yeah. Another Taurus that took something small and made it into an empire, Lena Waithe. Yeah. Lena Waithe was able to be an assistant on Girlfriends and then take that skill and multiply it into writing screenplays. Lena has produced, Lena has written, Lena has directed. I think Lena has 3 current shows right now. Current, like they're still playing right now. I don't know how that happened, but I'm pretty sure it was Taurus magic. In general, Taurus has an amazing energy. They are enduring, patient, slow to anger, sensual, security-driven, grounded manifestors. They know how to enjoy Earth. They enjoy Earth in a way that we all could learn from. They understand that a simple life is not a boring life if you enjoy it right. And that's the Taurus. Now it's time to go deep. We go deep and we don't get no sleep. Y'all know the song? Up all night into the air. I love Janet, man. I'm probably aging myself to be singing a song like that. The Velvet Rope was that album. That's all I'm gonna say. Becoming an astrologer has been a lot of fun. One thing that you get when you become an astrologer is you become part of this really cool community. Now, they fight like brothers and sisters, and oftentimes I stay out of those debates. But one thing that we do share in common is finding out how much people do not know about astrology. See, the thing about Venus is Venus cannot be far from the sun. So Venus can only be 2 signs at most away from the sun. To break it down, if you have a Taurus sun, that means that your Venus can't be any further out than Cancer or any further out than Pisces. Like we talked about in the Aries video, the planetary ruler of your sun is like the boss of your sun. It flavors your sun. So a Taurus sun can only be flavored by Pisces, Aries, Gemini, Cancer, or Taurus itself. So when I have a person tell me that they were born in Leo season and their Venus placement happens to be in Aquarius, I know that they don't know what they're talking about. Venus can't be that far. Just because you have 2 similar placements as someone else doesn't mean that you guys are twins. Astrologically, that's not how it works. So I'm going to bring in the house placements in order for you to understand what I'm talking about. Aries is ruled by Mars. That's what we talked about in the last video. We showed that just because you have an Aries sun doesn't mean that you're going to be twins with another Aries sun. You have to look at the planetary ruler. And in this case, the planetary ruler is Venus. So you get a little bit of variation there, but I'm going to throw in the house so that you can really see the difference that's going on here. So let's start with Ella Fitzgerald and Coretta Scott King. Really beautiful, amazing icons in the Black community. Ella has her Venus in the 10th house in Taurus, where Coretta Scott King has her Venus in Gemini in the 10th house. Both are in the 10th house, which means that Venus is going to be a big part of what people see when they see them. And Venus being in Gemini makes a really amazing speaker, orator, a person who can really talk to the people. However, a Venus in the 10th house and it being Taurus, well, you're going to probably be in some type of entertainment, or you're going to be a part of something of the arts. So it could be fashion, it could be cooking, it could be actually painting and sculpting, or it could just be singing. And Ella Fitzgerald is an iconic singer, cheek to cheek. You can see both of these women are beautiful and amazing, solid figures. The difference between the two of them, one's a singer, one's a speaker. One's in Gemini, the speaker, and one's a singer in Taurus. Another couple of Tauruses that can show you just the slight variations that happen there, John Cena and The Rock. Both are wrestlers that became actors who are hosting shows and in movies and just doing their thing. One has their Venus in Aries in the 10th house. Another one has their Venus in the 9th house in Gemini. Now, both of them are very charismatic. However, The Rock, for sure, is way more clever and witty with his charm and trash talk than John Cena, by far. That's because the Venus that The Rock has is in Gemini. The Venus that John Cena has is in Aries. So he may not be as witty. He just wants to win. And he did. A lot. He's won more than The Rock. And I'm pretty sure there are going to be a lot of people after me. Listen, I don't know the ins and outs of wrestling. All I know is the stats and that John Cena has won more than The Rock. I'm sorry. Those are just facts. Those are the stats. Don't come for me, because I will come for you. Another fun pair of Tauruses, James Brown and Chris Brown. Christopher Brown, which I like to call him Chico Bean Brown, because I feel like he's slowly turning into another ethnicity. Bless his heart. Those two folks have their Venus in Taurus in the 10th house. Now, remember, Taurus is really good at improving and nurturing a gift or a talent, especially a talent of the arts, into something bigger than you could ever imagine. Chris Brown and James Brown are amazing dancers, amazing singers, have changed the game in the music industry by leaps and bounds. They both also struggled a little bit in their personal lives. Yeah. That's probably the Leo ascendant in them. Leo risings. As you can see, with the Venus being in a different place and a different house, it flavors the sun in a different way. So make sure you do that with your own sun. Find out what your planetary ruler is and find it in your birth chart. See what your sun is being flavored with. But also understand that just understanding this part does not mean you get all of the parts of astrology. Just off the riff, if you're a Taurus, you need to figure out if your Venus is a morning star or an evening star. You need to find out what type of moon you have. If you're a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon, like my dog, yes, I did my dog's birth chart. That'll be a different vibe than someone who has a Taurus sun and a Scorpio moon. And then you have to factor in moon phases, because there's personality traits that go with different moon phases. Then there's aspects that you need to figure out that are going to your sun, that are going to your moon, that are going to your planetary ruler. There's a lot. And again, all the things I just said still aren't all the things that astrologers look at in order to read your birth chart. So if you are interested in somebody just doing the work, like, girl, I ain't got time for all of that, hit me up on Instagram or TikTok. I don't know. This one's harder. Why is this one harder? I'm right-handed. It doesn't make any sense. And I have no problem doing your chart interpretation for you. I would deem it as a pleasure and an honor. Hit me up. I feel like Vanna White. I should have said Kiki Shepherd. Is it Kiki Shepherd? Is that her last name, y'all? Y'all know who I'm talking about with the Apollo. Kiki? Is it Kiki Shepherd? Taurus energy is just magical. It makes things grow. It makes things feel loved through food, through touches, through singing. I mean, just listen to Duke Ellington's In a Sentimental Mood. You just can't tell me you don't feel nothing. You just can't. That man knew how to make you feel a certain way. And that's what Tauruses do. They're sensual, they're loving, they have healthy boundaries, but having a Taurus in your corner, you'll have a cheerleader for life. You'll have support for life. And you'll have a friend for life. And that's the tea. 70.